There he is.
Good morning. It's time to call to order the June 23rd, 2022 meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust. The first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the May 26, 2022 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Next on the agenda, we have the director's report.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and board members. A couple items to highlight. We have within our director's reports the typical reports we have every month. One of the items that we do have is substantial completion for the terminal renovation project. So that project's been underway for a number of years, and we've reached that point where we've reached substantial completion. So certainly a milestone for everybody involved in that project for a number of years, and obviously it's turned out very well, so great news there. Also in your packet are the financial statements for third quarter of this fiscal year. I think, again, we continue to see some great results financially this year. And our operating revenues had an increase of almost $12 million, and our operating expenditures relative to the prior year, our prior 9 months, were almost flat at $800,000. So the net position increase of $13.2 million. So the finances continue to do well. On the operations and passenger activity levels, we continue to recover and still working our way back towards 2019 numbers, but we continue to be in the 10 to 12% relative to that time frame that we were, if you compare the activity we had in May of this year to 2019. But it's been a busy summer season so far, and things have gone relatively well here in Oklahoma City. So that concludes my director's report.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Next item is Will Rogers World Airport. We don't on director's report. The next item is Will Rogers World Airport.
Mr. Chairman, item A, acceptance of completed project for Delta Airlines operations build-out. Item B is certificate of substantial completion of construction for the contract with Timberlake Construction for the terminal renovation and expansion phase 3. Item C is change order number 1 with Wind Construction for terminal building roof repairs. Item D is change order number 5 with DeWitt Construction for rehabilitation and reconstruction of runway 1331 phase 1. Item E is change order number 11 with Timberlake Construction for terminal building upper level deck structural repairs. Item F, to receive plans and approved plans and project manual for the medium voltage transfer T6 replacement at Mike Maroney Aeronautical Center. Item G, plans and project manual for approval submitted by MacArthur for the rehab reconstruction of runway 1331 phase 2. H, plans and project manual for approval submitted for U.S. Marshals Service Hangar Sally Port pavement rehabilitation. Item I, resolution ratifying and authorizing emergency condenser replacement and services for 20-ton condenser on the Logistics Support Facility, Mike Maroney Aeronautical Center. Item J, recommendation for receiving bids regarding the TRB cooling tower replacement, Mike Maroney Aeronautical Center. Item K, supplement number 3 to advertising space concession with Clear Channel Airports to extend the expiration date to November 30, 2022. Item L, professional services contract with Securitas Security to extend the expiration date to August 31, 2022. Item M, amendment number 2 with Allegiant Air LLC to exercise second of 3 one-year renewal options July 1, 2022 through June 30, 2023.
You've heard the requests for approval for Will Rogers. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Next up is Wiley Post Airport.
Mr. Chairman, one item there, item A, assumption agreement and use guarantee for conveyance of PWIT hangar unit 403.
Okay. You've heard the request. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Next on the agenda, item 6 is Clarence C. Page Airport.
Mr. Chairman, there's a settlement agreement with Paloma Partners, LLC, and oil and gas lease agreement with Paloma Partners, LLC.
Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Next up is general.
Item A, amendment number 1 to multi-year professional services agreement with MacArthur and Associated Consultants. Item B, amendment number 1 with agreement with H.W. Lochner. Item C, supplement number 6 to cleaning and janitorial services contract with ISS Facility Services to extend the expiration date of the contract at a 3% increase in compensation and increase recycling services. Item D, resolution authorizing the purchase of janitorial supplies from Waxy Sanitary Supply. Item E, resolution of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust rejecting bids of Schindler Elevator and Oracle Elevator, DBA EMR Elevator for services of elevators, escalators, and moving walkways, and ratify the action of the Director of Airports in approving Addendum 1 and award and approve the service contract and performance bond for preventive maintenance and minor repairs to American Elevator Company, an estimated amount of $542,028 for preventive maintenance services.
Heard the items under general. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Next up is a resolution ratifying the action of the Director of Airports and approving the requisition dated June 23rd, 2022, and the resolution approving requisitions dated June 23rd, 2022. Is there a motion and second? And the item is approved and passed. Are there any comments from trustees? Any comments from staff? Are there any citizens wishing to be heard? With that said, meeting adjourned. Now, what I was going